Hi, welcome to 365 Live. I'm Reshma McClintock. I am one of the founders of FP365, along with my partner, Stephanie May Statz, and we are really excited to share something new with you today. At 365 Live, we are highlighting global activists and thought leaders working towards social change within and beyond the adoption community. Today, I am thrilled to introduce you to Amarich. Amarich is a transracial adoptee and one of the board members of Beteseb Felega. Welcome to 365 Live.
Thank you for having me, Reshma.
Oh, thank you so much. We really appreciate your time. We are hoping that you can briefly explain a little bit about Beteseb Felega, the organization that you are a board member of.
Yes, the mission of Beteseb Felega, also known as Ethiopian Adoption Connection, is to reunite families. We also provide family history to Ethiopian adoptees and give updates to Ethiopian families who don't know what has become of their adopted kids. Our database has over 700 cases, which are a mix of Ethiopian families and adoptees that are searching. Since 2014, when Beteseb Felega first started, we have reunited over 125 adoptees with their families, and I am one of them.
Wow, that is really incredible. And I personally know a little bit about your story, but I'm hoping now that you can explain just what you touched on, which is how you became involved with the organization.
Yes, I started working with Beteseb Felega back in 2016 when Andrea contacted my adoptive parents with the good news that my Ethiopian family want to get in contact with my little sister and I. And I just remember being very excited and overwhelmed with joy and just pure happiness, and just how helpful that was. And I don't think that I would be in contact with my family if it wasn't for Beteseb Felega. So I wanted to make sure that other adoptees had the same chance, and also I can help them in any way if I could. So I wanted to make sure that they have the information and the chance.
Wow, that is really incredible. And congratulations on being reunited with your family. I know as a transracial adoptee how profoundly important and life-changing and difficult and wonderful that must be. So that is just really an incredible thing for me to think about. I am curious if you can explain to me, how did you come in contact with Beteseb Felega? Were you contacted by them when they found your first family, or had you contacted them to look for your first family?
Beteseb Felega actually reached out to us first. I have come across Beteseb Felega when I was first searching for my family just on the internet briefly, and I didn't really come across anything, and I didn't really think too much about them. But once they reached out to my adoptive parents, that's when I started talking to Andrea, and then from there on, and she mentioned to me that I can be involved with the organization if I wanted to. So that's when I became a board member on the Adoptee Advisory Board.
Wow, that's really incredible. I am curious if you can, this may be a difficult question, but I'm curious if you can, or if you know, are most of the families that are reunited through Beteseb Felega, are the adoptions ethical, so to speak? Were these adoptions where the families intended to place their children for adoption, or was there miscommunication or ethics issues involved here? Is that something that you're able to expand on at all?
I don't really know too much about it, but there are definitely kids who have been adopted who have families, and because there's adoption agency corruption, and the kids they're definitely misplaced, and because there was total misunderstanding with the orphanage and the families.
Right. Okay. So that kind of confirms some things that we've heard in the past. So thank you. I know that I kind of surprised you with that question, but thank you for elaborating a little bit on that. I want to know how other people can be involved with Beteseb Felega. What are other ways that we can participate in the really good work that this organization is doing?
All of our work and service is free. So we have reconnected 125 Ethiopian adoptees at no cost. We would very much appreciate if other people donate on our website and like us on Facebook and share our cases. Your share could be the one that reunites an adoptee. So it's very important that you guys share our cases on Facebook, on Twitter, and go on our database, ethiopianadoptionconnection.org, and look through the cases to see if you know anybody and your adopted friend could be the one that's on the database. So anyway, you guys can give us more exposure. We just want the cases to be out there. We also, our website, ethiopianadoptionconnection.org, on Facebook, Beteseb Felega, and on Twitter also, Beteseb Felega. So we would love for you guys to share. I cannot stress that enough, because we want other adoptees to reunite with their families and have the information, their Ethiopian family information, background. A lot of adoptees want that, and they deserve it.
That is incredible, and you articulated that so well, and you said a really profound statement that it could be your share that could reconnect an adoptee with their first family. And I think that's so important because at FP365, we are constantly bombarded with the question, what can we do? How can we actively participate in family preservation? And one of those ways is sharing these things on Facebook, and reconnecting families that have been separated. That's a really big piece of this. So thank you so much. I apologize for some of the background noise. We're all just living our life and our dogs bark sometimes. So anyway, so I apologize for that. But I just want to thank you so much, Amarech, for coming on, taking the time. I love the work that you guys are doing. We are so excited to be a part of this. And we hope to follow up with you and watch that number rise of families being reconnected through Beteseb Felega. So thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much for doing this. This means a lot to us. And thank you again.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for joining us at 365 Live. Stay tuned for more interviews with more incredible, powerful organizations, and we will see you soon.